Alpine CEO aims old and shabby dig at Silverstone and Monza. The Alpine CEO has labeled the Silverstone and Monza racetracks as old and shabby. Some new circuits are set to be introduced to the F1 calendar this season, and several new tracks made their debut on the circuit last year. There are 23 races scheduled for the new campaign, the most ever, and the likes of the Miami GP will go ahead for the first time ever. Rules state that no more than 25 races can be held during an F1 season, and Alpine chief Laurent Rossi sent a stark warning to the long-serving races as more countries aim to be a part of the action. I personally think it's setting the bar high, in terms of infrastructure, and it makes some venerable, amazing tracks look a bit old and shabby, he told GP fans. Especially when you are in Abu Dhabi, it's all perfect, it's very nice, and they're making the right modifications on the track. I think Abu Dhabi now is much better than it used to be. The drivers certainly like it. And he added, it's great to be in Monza and Silverstone, and I love those races very much, but you need to stay on top of your game because the others will probably build. I guess Miami will try and do the same. They've built something to make sure that if you fall asleep, they'll get the spot. After initially taking place at Brooklands from 1926, the British Grand Prix held its first race at Silverstone in 1950, while the Monza circuit staged its debut F1 race in 1922. F1 is continuing to expand, and Lewis Hamilton previously called for the organisation to stage a race in South Africa for the first time since 1993. Formula One CEO Stefano Domenicali has hinted this may come to fruition in the future, but there are several variables at play. Speaking of South Africa, Domenicali told Sport 1: as I said, the US is important to us and we are working hard to make Miami a success in 2022. The other region that we shouldn't underestimate is the Far East, especially with Guan Yu Zhou, who now drives for Alfa Romeo. Interest from China is growing, which is why the region will also move into our focus. A comeback in Africa, whether in the north or south, would be great. How quickly this works will also depend on the situation around COVID. We must not continue to underestimate the corona pandemic. We could also have to adjust the calendar again in 2022. Along with Miami, the 2022 season will see the return of the Australia, Canada, Singapore, and Japan events. The sport is continuing to expand, but former boss Bernie Ecclestone believes the growth of the sport could hamper its popularity. This is how you scare away even the biggest fans and destroy interest on TV, he told Blick. 18 races are enough.